Before you run out buying all the different color mats, like I did, the colors actually mean something, duh, to me anyway. So I ran out and I got pink and purple, but they all have a different purpose. So purple, as you can see at the top corner, that is the strong grip mat for heavier materials such as thin pieces of wood and leather. Then you have the pink mat, which is the second strongest, which is for fabric. Don't do what I did, getting a pink mat because you like the color and then all my cardstock stuck to it. So the second strongest one is the pink mat, which is for fabric. Then there's the green mat, which is standard grip. This is pretty good for, I would say, for cardstock and any heavier types of paper. And lastly, you have the blue mat, which is the light grip. And this is good for vinyls, all types of vinyls, because vinyl is really thin, and any thinner type of cardstock that you are using. So the next thing you're going to have to do is calibrate your machine. You're going to print out this piece of paper. You're going to place it at the top corner of your Cricut mat. Now I was confused and I cut out the large rectangle. You just put it exactly the way it comes out. You don't have to do any cutting. Now, when you put this into your machine and it calibrates, the machine is going to cut lines going down these lines here across on the numbers where the numbers are. It's going to cut little lines. It's also going to cut little lines going across on the alphabet. Then it's also going to attempt to cut the little square out. Now, then what you're going to do is you're going to look for the line where the machine cut perfectly right in the center. You don't want it to be off. And you would just enter that one number. You would also enter the one alphabet that was cut perfectly. Then you would just hit yes or no if this little square was cut almost perfectly. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it can be really close to the black line. Now, if it works for you the first time, great. For me, it just kept cutting properly and I had to keep reprinting calibration sheets and I was wasting so much paper and time. So if that happens for you, if it does work for you and the lines calibrate, they're all not going to calibrate properly, but if you enter a line, a letter and a number, and then it cuts the inner square out perfectly, then it's going to move on and it's going to cut out the larger rectangle. If that happens, you're good to go. If you're like me and it just keeps calibrating and calibrating and it's not cutting properly, here's what you need to do. Okay, so if your Cricut is not calibrating properly, and you've tried multiple times, the fix is super easy. I wish I had known this before I wasted all that paper and time. So you're gonna open up your Cricut design space. You're going to go right here to your profile. So you'll click on your name. Then you're gonna go down to settings. And this box is going to open up. You're gonna click up here on machines. And down here where it says machine calibration, you're going to select your device. I have the Explorer 3. There we go. You don't even have to press start. I'm just going to click on done. And voila. As soon as you do that, your machine will calibrate properly. When creating stickers, you're going to go to your left-hand side where it says images. You can pretty much type any image in. So let's say I want to type in a purse. Just going to go ahead and type purse in there. And you're going to see a whole bunch of purses pop up. If you have not subscribed to the yearly Cricut subscription where you can get unlimited usage of images and text, I would suggest you do so. If not, you're going to be paying for them individually and it just comes out to more. And it's actually really affordable. It's only about $99 for the year. So next what you're gonna do is, let's say I wanna make some stickers, but you can select multiple. So let's see. I'm going to click on this one. So that one is highlighted. Then I'm going to keep moving. And let's say I want to click this one. Then you're going to select add to canvas. And both pictures will be added to your canvas, so they'll be quite large. Now, to personalize these pictures, this is my purse. You're gonna see at the right-hand side all the different layers of the purse. So you can see the base cut, this is the handles, the pink section, the green section. You can change each of these colors to a different color. Now, if they're both the same color, such as the pink, everything will change. So for example, if I look at my purse, and let's say I wanna change the pink area, this area right here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that section there. I'm gonna highlight it. So now everything that's pink, however, is connected on this picture. So I'm gonna go right to the top, the little box right here, where you can see the color pink. Click on it, and you're just gonna select the color that you want. These colors will come up. You can always click on advanced, and you can change and adjust the colors as you see fit. I'm just gonna change it with one of the standard colors. So I'll do like a purple color. And now everything that was pink is now purple. Same thing with everything else. Let's say you don't like the handles being brown. Go to where the different layers are. Click on the handles. Everything that is brown, however, will be selected. Click on the little box and change the handle color. And now that is changed, okay? So that's how you change the colors of your images. Not everything can be changed, only if it has layers. So this purse, if I look here, it does have layers that would allow me to change the individual coloring, okay? Now, if you select an image, let's just go to images, and one that I had was hands. All right, now if you select the image that is kind of like this, where it's like lines, I'm gonna go ahead and insert this one. Okay, so for this one, it's gonna be slightly different. I'm gonna resize it. Okay, so with these kind of contoured line drawing images, once you change a color, everything is connected. So for most of them, so far, all of them that I've seen, anything that is a line drawing, when you change the color, everything is gonna change all at once. Even if you select the individual layer, like if I select that and I go back and I change it, everything changes. So that's just something to take note if you're inserting an image that is like a contoured or line drawing. Okay, now the next thing that you want to be able to do is you might want to add words to your image. So I'm just going to erase this purse. Okay, before you do any type of offsetting for cutting, change your coloring first and then add your text. So I'm going to go here to text. All right, and I'm just going to write the word purse. Okay, so now what I like to do is I move it over to the right hand side, because when I'm trying to change the text and see what looks better, I have to go to this drop down menu here. You go to font, and when it drops down, you can't see underneath. So you want to move it over to the right hand side. So now, if you've subscribed, you have access to a lot of different letterings. So let's say I want to choose this one right here. I just click on it and it's done. Okay. And then of course, if you click on it and then you just go right up to the top, the same little box, and change the coloring. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do with your words is you can kind of manipulate them. So let's say you want the word purse to be at an angle curved around the word purse. What you would do is if you slide your mouse over the word, you can turn it like this. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that first. Then I'm going to move it down. As you can see, it's still straight. Then what you're going to do is click on the text. You're going to go up to the top where it says curve right here. Click on that and you can curve it going that way or curving it in towards the purse. So I'm just gonna, and of course, the more you click it, the less curved it will be. And now the word purse is curved around the actual image of the purse. Something else you can also do is you can separate the letters. Sometimes when you're using script, they won't be connecting. So if you notice that they're too close or too far, you click on it, click on the text, then go up to line space right here. So this will move the letters. I'm going to click on it just so you can see. Close together. You see how they're kind of overlapping and then separating them. So I definitely want to see, if you do it too much, then it'll disconnect. But some people might like that look. So you just go up and down until the script is connected the way you want it to be. I think that might be a little bit too much, so I'm going to separate it slightly and we'll just leave it right there. Okay. So after you enter your text, you want to now put an offset around the sticker so that it cuts out around the shape of the sticker. What you're going to do is you're going to select everything. You're going to go up to the top right hand side and you're going to click on the two little squares. You're going to group it. Now you're going to go to the very top. You're going to go to offset and you're going to see the offset already. It's going to kind of load for a bit and you're going to see a blue line around your image. You can make that line thicker. You can make it thinner. If you select more towards the right, it's going to be much thicker. Takes a minute. And the closer you get to the center line, the thinner that offset is going to be. There we go. So I think I like it there. So I'm going to press apply. Now the offset is automatically going to turn black. What you want to do is you're going to go to the top and you're going to change the offset to be white. Now, so that you can see the offset of your stickers a little better, you're going to go down to the bottom where it says blank canvas. Click on this white box one time and the menu is going to change. All you're going to have is just the color. Go up here to the color. And I usually like to do mine like a gray color so I can see. And now that it's gray, you can see your offset better. Now you're not done, okay? After you've done the offset, you have to still make sure everything is attached, because if you don't, this is what's gonna happen. You see how it's separated? When the Cricut tries to cut it, the Cricut will cut out all these different contours, okay? So what you wanna do is you can click on the offset, go down to the bottom here and click on contours, and you're going to click on hide all contours. Okay. Then you're going to put the purse right back on. Right there. Okay. After you do that, you're going to select, let me just do undo. After you have hidden all the contours, you're going to select everything again, okay? And you're going to flatten the image. Flattening the image allows you to print it properly and cut it properly. It also removes all those little black lines, so all you're going to see is the color. So you're going to see the difference. So I'm going to highlight it all, go down to the bottom where it says flatten, right here, and I'm going to flatten the image. I want you to see how it changes. Okay, and this is ready to print. print. You can adjust it. Now that everything is attached, when you resize it, the words will resize with it as well. Now, for these lined images, it's a little bit more tricky when doing the offset. So let's say I click on it and I want to do a little bit of offset. Well, this one came out actually pretty good. So let's see. So I'm going to highlight it all again, and I'm going to go up to the top. I want to group my picture first so that the offset and the image are connected. Then you want to highlight it again. And the last step is to flatten the image, which is down at the right-hand side. And the black lines will disappear, and it will look a lot nicer because you'll just see the blue. And look how nice that looks. Beautiful. Okay. Now, there are some lined images that are tricky, and I'm going to show you something that I had to do for one of my stickers. Okay, so these are some stickers that I've already created. I changed colors, I added words, I added the offset, but so you can see better, let me just change the background to be like a grayish color. There we go. So these are already completed. These are ready to print for the most part. But there's one specific that I had to be extra creative with, and I'm just going to show you it here. So I'm going to drag it down just in case you have a similar problem when you're working with contoured line drawings. All right. So for this image here, when I offsetted it, I didn't do it properly. So I'm just going to go backwards and show you. I'm going to unflatten it. Okay. So now I'm going to unflatten again. Okay. So because this is a line drawing, when I did the offset, this is what happened. It had these spaces in between the woman's figure. Now, obviously, I had to get rid of those because when the Cricut cuts them out, it was going to cut inside, in and through all those shapes, and I didn't want that. So the reason why I didn't want to make the offset larger was because if I made the offset larger to close these spaces, then the offset would be huge. So I had to be creative. If this happens to you with something like this, here goes the line drawing, right? And this is the offset. And you don't want it to cut out like that, okay? So what I had to do was I had to go to the side panel here to the left, and I went to shapes. I took a triangular shape and I covered the bottom section, and I moved it up a little bit so it looked like it was part of her. And then I selected everything and I grouped the picture all together. Okay. Then I selected an oval and I covered her chest area, and I had to select everything again, and I grouped it again. Okay. So that way now it's all one shape. Then of course you have to select everything one last time, and you have to flatten the image, and now it's ready to go. So that's not going to happen often, but if you really like contour drawings, then that's a little trick that you can use to make sure that all the spaces are filled in. The largest size that you can use, if I try to make it like this, and I'm just going to show you without putting a specific size, 12 by 12 mat. Okay. So as you can see, my stickers are kind of scattered everywhere. Some of the layers are even separated. Okay. So before you try to print and then cut your stickers, so you're going to press cancel. What you have to do first is you have to insert a specific size. Now the largest size it's going to let you do is insert a shape. Okay. And you want the width of it to be 6.25. Okay, so I'm just moved there, 6.25. And the length of it can be no more than 9.25. So I'm going to keep dragging it and just wait till I see the 9.25. I'm going to move it up a little. Hello there. Okay, so I'm going to keep going till you'll see that number moving to 9.75, I believe. 9.75. Go back just a tad. Okay, so now that I have the shape at 6.25 by 9.75, I want to put my stickers on top of this so that I can arrange them properly. So what I'm going to do is you're going to left click on the shape and you're going to click on send to the back. So now it's behind everything. Now you can easily go ahead and select your stickers and just kind of move them around on top of that shape. As long as they're within that shape, then they will print fine and they will cut fine. So I'm just going to make everything a little bit smaller, but I'm going to keep it on that shape. Okay, so I have everything on the shape, right? And now once you have it on the correct shape, now you're going to remove the shape. So you're going to click on that shape. You can just press backspace. Okay, but don't move your stickers around. Now you're going to select all your stickers again. You want to group all of them together. And you also want to flatten all of them together. Okay. And now when I go to make them, you're going to see that the letters and colors are not going to be scattered all over the page. So you're going to go click on make. Okay. So now you can see everything is perfectly centered on your mat because you had to put it within a certain size and you had to flatten it. Okay. And then it's going to ask you to send it to the printer. So you're going to go ahead and click on continue. Okay. So now it's going to ask you to send it to the printer. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn my printer on. So for the printer paper, they do have Cricut. Obviously, they have Cricut products. The first one I purchased was this Cricut printable sticker paper. I wouldn't use this one again because this one is extremely thick and heavy. And it's also more expensive. You don't really need to get this one. The one that I am using is a Cricut printable vinyl. Again, you don't need to get anything Cricut. Next time, I would just get regular sticker paper that you can print on. And you want to make sure that you're using an inkjet printer. If you don't use an inkjet printer, it's going to smudge and it's not going to print correctly. So now that I've loaded my vinyl into my printer, I'm going to select send to printer. It's going to show you again. And I'm using an Epson. You want to select add bleed and use system dialog as well. Print. Before it prints, you're going to be given options, and here are my options. So I'm going to go to preferences. All right. Color, plain paper. Let's just say I'm using photo paper. Okay, so I want to click, you want the quality of your stickers to be the best. So I'll put quality, and yours might look different depending on the printer you're using. Instead of normal, high quality. Okay, it's color. I chose photo paper just because it's vinyl and it doesn't really have that selection here. So yeah, let's just do photo, color, okay, and print. So there we are. Everything printed nicely. I put it on the best setting because you definitely want your printers to look really nice. Now we're going to move on to the next step, which is connecting it to the Cricut. My phone wasn't recording, but before it starts to cut, you're going to see this little flashing button, which looks like a play button. Once you press that, then it will start cutting your stickers, and it will let you know what's happening. So now it's going to cut the stickers out. So satisfying. I don't have a lot of space personally in my home office, so I have my Cricut on this little cart, which I found on Amazon. So if you're limited in space, be sure to check out that video as well. Okay, so now my stickers are done cutting, and now the arrows are flashing because it wants to release the mat. So now it's released. Here go my stickers. Let's see, you can see the little cuts. It looks beautiful, nice and clean. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off. Now, the last time when I used the wrong mat, it would not come off. So for this one, much better. Oh, there we go. Once you're done printing, you're just gonna click on done, and this will close out. All right, so now the part we've all been waiting for. I got to take my stickers now and put them on a cute little plain notebook that I got on Amazon. So let's start with one. Let's do this one here. There we go. Look how cute that is. And it doesn't smudge at all. I'm gonna put my husband's next to mine. Oh, I made his a little smaller by accident.